2003. That was the year that I was adopted. As I started living in my newfound home, I noticed how similar everyone looked surrounding me. I noticed their body composition was similar as well as the presentation of their appearance. And so as I started growing up, I interpreted my country really quickly. And to me, America is leading people into high unrealistic standards that many can't be subjected to. And we first see this in Of Mice and Men through naturalism and the survival of the fittest aspect. And so when Lenny killed Curly's wife, we noticed that Lenny wanted to survive in this unrealistic world with a social force against him. And this kind of relates to society being selfish and kind of almost killing or like pushing us aside so that they can get ahead and be more powerful than others. And so we also see that people leave the weakest link behind in society, similar to how Lenny left Curly's wife behind because she was also the weakest link. And so next, I'm moving on to Beat Beat Drums by Walt Whitman, and we see realism, which is the dark underbelly. And so I quote, "Make no parley stop for no expostulation, mind not the timid mind, not the weeper or prayer, mind not the old man beseeching the young man, let not the child's voice be heard, nor the mother's entreaties, make even the trestles to shake the dead, where they lie awaiting the hearses, so strong you thump, O terrible drums, so loud you bugles blow." And so we see how the army isn't stopping to help the people or even start a conversation, although they're crying out for help. And the blaring noise that they're making with the drums is kind of recruiting the army to incorporate more people, as well as this links to how society is recruiting people into these accepted standards that many can't be subjected to. And as we move farther into the stanza, we notice that the music is constantly playing and it's never going to be stopping. And this is similar to how society works because they make this noise of change that won't stop until everyone is into this accepted standards that they've created. And so, kind of for example, we see how models are so beautiful, similar to how the army is so beautiful, but once we kind of go and underlook the background, we see the depression and the eating disorders and even death, which is the dark underbelly of American life that many people don't really notice until it's too late. And so we kind of link this naturalism and realism aspect to what is happening now. And in several news articles that I've read online, we kind of noticed that. And Alina Rossini stated that introducing damaging standards of thinness, in particular where they may never before existed, as well as just as English has become the lingua franca of the world, so the white, blondified, small-nosed, purp-breasted, long-legged body is coming to stand in for the great variety of human bodies that there are. And so we see how society has shaped people into these accepted standards, and we kind of lose that individuality that many used to have before. And we also notice that many can't be subjected to these standards. So we see how we're kind of outcasts, and that again can show that we're the weakest link, as well as that can also incorporate to anxiety, depression, eating disorders, as well as death, as stated before. Just because we look different, we kind of want to fit in, and that can lead to a lot of hard circumstances overall. So from naturalism, realism, and the current events, hopefully for the future, I link this to "I Saw a Fly Buzz When I Died" by Emily Dickinson, and she wrote, "I heard a fly buzz when I died. The stillness in the room was like the stillness in the air between the heaves of storm." And so this kind of links to the mindless distractions that we have from beginning to end of our lives, and these mindless distractions can kill us through looking at social media and magazines and TV shows and the stress that society puts on us. And as I've already stated before, those can lead to circumstances. So hopefully society can remove this great image that we're supposed to be, and we can kind of accept ourselves and find happiness in accepting our own individuality and reducing the death tolls, the anxiety, the eating disorders, the depression, as well as reducing that stress off our shoulders and focusing more on education and, family, friends, traveling, finding more happiness through that instead of having more stress. And so now we want to have America not having these high standards and this unrealistic world that many can be subjected to, but now have America be more well rounded in appearances for the ones who live there.